Now, in the topic of temperature, we talked about how to create an ideal gas, which is by using high temperature and low pressure. But we also say that an ideal gas will obey the three gas laws, which are Boyle's law, pressure law, and Charles' law. And Boyle's law says that the pressure is inversely proportional to the volume when T is constant. So if we were to change the proportional sign to equals, then you'll be P equals to K over V. So then bringing the V over, we get PV is a constant. Then the pressure law says that P is proportional to T. So if we substitute with equal sign, we get P equals to KT. So that means P over T is a constant. And Charles' law says that V is proportional to T when T is constant. So if we will substitute with an equal sign, we'll get V equals to KT. So V over T is a constant. Now combining all these three equations, we can get this PV over T is a constant. That means you can actually just use this. We don't have to use this anymore, because this equation summarizes all three. For example, if we want to use this for Boyle's law, remember that temperature is constant. So I bring the temperature over, and then your PV is a constant. Or if I want to use this for pressure law, remember that V is constant, so I bring the V over, so I get P over T is a constant. And finally, for Charles' law, P is a constant, so I bring the P over, so my V over T is a constant. Now, the question that we want to ask also is that is PV over T really a constant? Are there any conditions where they will be constant? All right. Now, from this equation, I'm sure you have seen this equation as well. P1 V1 over T1 equals to P2 V2 over T2. Because if PV over T is constant, then this should be true. But there's actually a very important condition for you to consider. Now, scientists found out that if you take a gas and measure its pressure, volume, and temperature, and you will notice that if it is only 1 mole of gas, that means you have 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 atoms or molecules of gas. Then you put it in, let's say, a container, and you measure its pressure, volume, and temperature. The value of PV over T always gives you the value of R, which is actually a molar gas constant, which has a value of 8.31. That means once you have 1 mole of gas, you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you want with the container. You can heat it up, you can change the volume, all right, as long as there's still 1 mole of gas inside the container. And if you measure the value of PV and T, you will end up having PV over T equals to 8.31. So then if you were to use n moles of gas, then the constant is no longer 8.31, it is n times 8.31. For example, if you have 2 moles of gas in your container, then the value of PV over T is always equals to 2 times 8.31. But if you have 5 moles of gas, then the value of PV over T always gives you 5 times 8.31. So that is how we got our next equation, which is PV equals to nRT. Now, this also means that if we want to use this formula, P1 V1 over T1 equals to P2 V2 over T2, we have to ensure that on the left-hand side, all the values of the gas that we use, the amount of gas here, that means the number of moles of gas here, is equivalent to the number of moles of gas on this other side. Alright, so if there are 2 moles of gas and you are taking the value of PV over T, then on the other side there must also be 2 moles of gas. Then you can take the value of PV over T, and then both of these two sets of values, which is P1 V1 over T1, will be equals to P2 V2 over T2. However, if you want to use this equation PV equals nRT, you can use it in any situation because the number of moles is already included in the equation. So you can use this equation in any situation. Next, we are going to learn how to derive a second equation, now which comes from PV is nRT. So we're going to use PV is equals to nRT to derive this equation PV equals to nKT. Now it is actually quite simple how we derive it, because if you remember that from the equation PV equals to nRT, the n here represents number of moles, and number of moles can also be expressed in terms of number of molecules divided by Avogadro constant. So therefore the small n is replaced with n over Na. But then we also realize that Na here is a constant, R is also a constant. So by grouping these two constants together, which is R over Na, we get a new constant called the Boltzmann constant. So therefore, we get another equation which is PV equals to NKT. So the Boltzmann constant can be obtained by taking 8.31 divided by the Avogadro constant, and you will get this value, which is incidentally is also given in your data booklet, so you don't have to memorize this. So when can you use this equation? You can use in any situation as well, just as how you use PV equals nRT. However, the difference between this equation and PV equals nRT is that this equation is in terms of number of molecules, whereas this equation is in terms of number of moles. So if the question requires you to find number of molecules, you can actually use this straight away to save a little bit of time. But you can still choose to use this to find number of moles first, and then you multiply by Avogadro constant to get a number of molecules. Alright, so this is the new equation that you need to know how to derive. That means you need to be able to show the derivation from this to here.